An early morning Verizon outage hits millions on the U.S. East Coast. Bluesky gains 700,000 new users in a week. VMware makes Workstation and Fusion free for commercial and personal use. And Adobe pledges not to train AI with customer data. Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. Verizon services are mostly restored following a significant network outage that affected millions of users along the East Coast. The disruption began around midnight Eastern Standard Time, primarily impacting Verizon fiber customers, with widespread reports of fiber optic and 5G home internet issues. A Verizon spokesperson confirmed the issue, stating a network issue early this morning disrupted service for some Verizon fiber optic service customers in the Northeast for a short period. As soon as the issue was identified, our engineering teams quickly restored the service. Outage reports surged to over 40,000 during the peak, with users in major cities including Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Alexandria, and Washington reporting connectivity problems. Additional complaints were noted in Richmond, Virginia Beach, and as far as Los Angeles. According to Down Detector, 53% of reports were related to 5G home internet, 33% to landline services, and 14% to total service blackouts. To resolve lingering connection issues, Verizon recommends customers reboot their router and reset their ONT battery. That's the battery that provides backup power during outages. Though resolved quickly, this outage follows a similar disruption that affected the region in September of 2023. Bluesky, the decentralized social media platform, added 700,000 new users in the past week, bringing its total user base to over 14.5 million. According to Bluesky's COO Rose Wang, a majority of these new users are from the US, reflecting growing interest in alternatives to X, formerly Twitter. The platform's rapid growth follows recent changes on X, including a controversial policy allowing blocked users to still see posts from those who blocked them. This change drove an influx of 500,000 new Bluesky customers in a single day. Wang said Bluesky's recent feature updates, such as pinned posts, video support, and custom feeds, are also making it more competitive with X and other mainstream platforms. Initially, it was Meta's Threads that experienced astonishing growth, likely because of its association with Facebook and its billions of users. But lately, user concerns over Threads' engagement bait, moderation, and algorithmic feeds may have pushed some of the Twitter refugees to Bluesky. Some might see this as a trend towards users seeking platforms that prioritize user control and moderation, or those less associated with polarizing figures or policies. But Bluesky and other decentralized platforms like Mastodon have a long way to go to be serious contenders with X, Twitter, or Threads. And even though Bluesky boasts about 14 million registered users and Mastodon claims over 10 million, the number of active monthly users for both is about the same, at approximately 1.5 million. While X, Twitter, won't disclose its number of registered users, estimates vary widely on monthly users. They have somewhere between 300 million and Elon Musk's claim of 600 million monthly users. Threads is reported to have reached 275 million monthly users. But pure numbers are not the only gauge of success. Recently, Bluesky and earlier Mastodon were both seen as alternatives by journalists, who, for many, provide the real core of information on X or Twitter. Whether Bluesky can attract and retain that important audience may be a factor in its continued growth. VMware has announced that its VMware Fusion and VMware Workstation desktop hypervisors are now free for all users, including commercial, educational, and personal use. This shift away from paid subscriptions makes it easier for individuals and businesses to access these virtualization tools at no cost. The Pro version of VMware Workstation and Fusion, which were previously available through paid licenses, will now include all the features of the former paid offerings, but without subscription fees. According to Himanshu Singh, Broadcom's product marketing director, you can now utilize these tools without any cost. The paid versions of these offerings are no longer available for purchase. While users will have access to full functionality, Broadcom will no longer offer support ticketing for troubleshooting issues. However, Broadcom has committed to ongoing development and timely updates for stability and performance. Existing commercial contracts will continue until the end of their terms, with enterprise-grade support. For new users, VMware Fusion and Workstation can be downloaded from Broadcom's website after logging into a Broadcom account. This change comes after Broadcom's recent acquisition of VMware and follows its decision to discontinue perpetual licensing and the free vSphere Hypervisor ESXi offering. Adobe has pledged not to use customer data to train its AI models, a stance aimed at reassuring creative professionals who rely on its tools. The commitment comes as Adobe integrates generative AI features into products like Photoshop, Illustrator, and Premiere Pro under its Firefly brand, which includes models trained only on content Adobe has legal rights to use. Adobe's promise contrasts with other AI companies that use publicly scraped data, leading some creators to worry their intellectual property may lose its value. Adobe's Chief Strategy Officer Scott Bluesky told Axios, "You have to be explicit, not just about what you are going to do, but what you are not going to do," highlighting the importance of transparency in data use policies. In early June 2024, Adobe updated its terms of service, which sparked widespread concern among its users. The changes appeared to grant Adobe extensive rights to access and use customer content. Facing extreme criticism, the company later walked this back and clarified their stance, explicitly stating they will not use customers' work without explicit consent. To further support transparency, Adobe allows creators to digitally sign their work and specify if they want it used in AI training. However, Adobe does use content from its Adobe stock contributors to train Firefly and provides a contributor bonus for such usage. While this move aligns with Adobe's legal and transparent approach, the company's adoption of generative AI remains controversial among artists who view the technology as a potential threat to their careers. And that's our show for today. You can reach me at editorial@technewsday.ca. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a wonderful Wednesday.